Hey guys, landing your first $1,500 web design client is a very achievable thing to do, especially when starting out your new web design business. By the end of this video, you're going to be able to confidently find businesses and sell them websites for at least $1,500 and then start generating that revenue for your web design business. Stick around. Hey guys, Tristan Parker here, and I'm dedicated to helping you guys up your website design game and improve your web design business. Now guys, I'm currently in the process of putting together a selection of videos that are designed to help you sell websites at multiple price points. Now last week, we were looking at how you go about getting your very first web design client. And this week we're selling websites at $1,500. And in the coming weeks, they are going to increase. So if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, I recommend hitting that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification to be notified of future releases, and then you'll be notified of those future releases, and they're going to be super beneficial for you and growing your web design business. So guys, by the time you get to the end of this video, you will be able to identify the types of businesses that you should be reaching out to, how you can go about finding them, how the meeting might go once you've set up that initial conversation with them, and finally, right at the end, I'm going to show you an example of a $1,500 website that I have done within my own business. Hopefully, at this point, you have managed to secure your first paying web design client, or at the very least, you have put together a website for a family member or a friend, either free of charge or at a very low cost. Either way, you will need to have something in your portfolio because this will remove any doubt that the business owner might have towards them not believing that you can deliver the website. So it always helps to have something in your portfolio. Of course, when you've managed to land multiple clients over the coming months, then you're going to have quite a few projects in your portfolio. And if you don't have any in your portfolio, then you may find yourself struggling to land a paying client of $1,500. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, but referring back to the last video, you might just have to lower your price point in order to get that first paying client to have something in your portfolio. So first of all, let's talk about who you should potentially be targeting. Now, these are going to be much smaller businesses. Now, I'm talking either one-man bands or solo entrepreneurs, or even businesses that have staff members lower than 5. These are typically businesses that are smaller and do not have the type of budget that a large corporate company would have. So you have to be smart with the type of businesses you are targeting, because small businesses will just not have a budget of say $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. So small businesses, solo entrepreneurs, one-man bands are the ideal target at this price point. Now, where do you go about finding them? So for these types of businesses, I'd say stay a little closer to home. So for example, you want to be targeting local brick and mortar stores maybe, or smaller businesses in the local area that are of a small size. These types of businesses like to be a lot more personal, so it tends to help that you can go and meet them. So the best thing that I would suggest is start by going to Google and search your type of niche that you're looking to target. So let's say restaurants, and then search the location that you're in. So for me, it would be restaurants, Exeter in the UK. Now, once Google's come back with your list of businesses, the first thing I would do is head to page 5. Now, the reason for this is businesses that are performing well on Google tend to already have a great website, and you probably won't have anything better to offer them at this point. So if you go to page 5, typically back in page 5, their website isn't as well optimized, perhaps it's old, it's not mobile friendly, and there are all some typical things why a website wouldn't perform well in Google, so there are some very good things to look out for. So head to page 5 and then start trawling through the list and find a business that you believe has a terrible website and you can produce a better one for them. Then what you want to do is either call them up or pop them an email and try and get in contact with that business owner. Also, another way that you can find web design clients is going to the likes of freelancer websites. So we've got upwork.com and freelancer.com just as an example. Now, these are great because people who need your services are posting looking for people like you to help them. And you can just go on there, find people that are a good fit for you, and then reach out to them. And it actually has a pretty good success rate in terms of reaching people that are cold. And by cold, I mean reaching out to a cold audience that are perhaps not interested in your services. So freelancer websites is a great way to go, and Google is also a very good way to go as well. But ultimately, you might get a better success rate with freelancer sites than you do with Google. So when you either pop them a phone call or reach out to them via email, you just want to say something like, "Hi, I've been on your website. I just want to know how things are going because I've identified a few ways where things could potentially be better for you. I'm just looking for a conversation. It will only take around 10 minutes of your time. Does that sound good?" It has to be that simple. Now, you will get some no's and you will get some yeses, but it's just a numbers game. So just stick with it and keep reaching out to secure that meeting. Once you've secured a meeting, that's perfect because you know that they are interested in making things better for the business, and that's where you are going to come in. So when you're speaking to them, you want to be asking them questions like, what do they think the goal of having a website is? So is it to have a shop window? Is it to generate more sales, generate more leads, that sort of thing? Also, ask them what their customer base is like, because this is also going to allow you to understand what their target demographic is and the type of people that will typically be using the website. So if their target audience are people that are older, then it will be important for you to make things on the website as simple as possible, because typically their user base won't be as tech savvy. Also, ask them how much revenue their website is currently generating for them. Now, they might not know the answer for this, but basically what this allows you to do is understand how powerful their website is currently. It will also give you the opportunity to touch on the fact that a new website will further increase that revenue. You also want to ask them how much do they want to be making in the future, and if all of their problems were solved, what do you think that revenue would be? On top of that, you want to ask them, if all of their problems were solved, where do they see their revenue being in an ideal scenario? And this is going to allow you to touch on this later on in the meeting in order for you to get that sale. Now guys, they're just a few questions that I typically ask in a meeting, but ultimately the purpose of the meeting is for you to generate and gather as much information on the business as you possibly can. 1, to do the project and do it very well. And 3, if you understand their pain points, it will really help you show the business owner how a new website will be able to help them. So guys, I think what I'm going to do is put together a separate video which highlights all the typical questions that I ask during my client web design meetings. If you think that's going to be useful, then drop me a comment down below and let me know. The more comments that I get, the better chance I have of putting that video together. Now, something I really want to highlight here is you have to be confident when you are talking to a potential web design client. You don't want to give them any reason to doubt you or believe that you're not able to deliver the project that you are offering. Now, if you're not confident, try your best to pretend to be confident. In the early stages of your web design business, the chances are, if you're lacking experience in sales or communicating with other business owners, you probably are going to be nervous. But what you just need to do is, for a 20-30 minute period, is suck that up, put on your big boy pants and just be confident. I do get that it's easier said than done. I know that when I was starting out in my web design business, I was very nervous talking to CEOs or directors of businesses, but at the end of the day, they are just people. They are a business owner. The chances are, if you're running an agency or even if you're a freelancer, you are also a business owner. So you are both on level playing fields, okay? So just remember that. Be confident when you are talking to them. Moving on to the bit that you guys are probably here for. What does a typical $1,500 website look like in my business? So I thought the best way to show you this was to just pull out a recent project that I did at this price point and chuck it up on screen. So what you're seeing at the moment is what I like to call a simple brochure website. And these types of websites typically only have around 5 pages. They don't really have any custom or heavy functionality as well. Now, don't get me wrong, if you wanted to include a couple of extra pages, you could do that at the same price point, or you could start adding price based on pages. That's totally up to you. Now, in this project, there was no blog or custom post content, and there is also no portfolio or substantial custom development, which is why the price point is at the entry level of $1,500. The design though is still fully custom. I haven't used a template. Everything has been designed in Adobe XD and then built in Elementor to make sure that I meet the needs of the client and the business, and visually it is on brand. I have actually also included a gallery in this project, but that was thanks to Elementor. It meant that I was able to produce a pretty decent gallery in little to no time at all, so it actually didn't affect the price in this scenario. So guys, hopefully that's given you a pretty clear idea of what a $1,500 website looks like in my business. It is still a great, fully custom website that looks good on all mobile devices. It's fully responsive, it's on brand. It is a really nice project that both we are happy with in the business and the client was really happy with it as well. I also hope, guys, that you found this video useful, because the purpose of these upcoming videos is to show you that it's really easy, or not easy, but it's possible to have a successful web design business in 2020 or going into 2021. And if you're just starting out in this area, I want to just give you the tools that I never had when I was starting out. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to be notified of future releases. There are tons of other videos on this channel as well, which are designed to help you up your website design game and improve your web design business, so go and check those out as well. Now in the next video, we are going to be looking at the next price point, which is selling a $3,000 website, what that might look like and how you can go about securing one of those for yourself. So if that sounds interesting to you, look out for that one. And that's it for now, guys. I will see you in the next video.